us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. A shotgun snap for Watson, and it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And 6 yards to go.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Watson off play action. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
First down Seahawks.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
From the gun, here's Watson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Taken down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Williams. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
From the gun on third down, Williams. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Freeman. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
At the 16-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On the tackle there, Latrell Jamerson out of Wisconsin. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, But he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now here's a screen play left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Williams. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Seahawks 7, 49ers nothing.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. From the gun, Williams. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Williams back to the air on second down. And he'll find Hall. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Watch the pass.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Off play action. Williams sliding out of the pocket. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Byron Jones.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Here's Williams throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
The scoreboard tells a story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, here we go. Mike 50, Mike 50. Back in 60. Mike 50, Mike 50.
They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Is a turnover on downs.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Quick throw completed by Watson. As a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
A gain of 11.
It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down.
Niners 36-yard line.
Mike 22 is coming, 22. Here we go. Sweet thing. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
This is Breida. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Down.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He may try and run for this. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Deshaun Watson, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caught.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, Williams. He'll let it would go deep for Freeman. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
Williams now throwing again. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He'll buy some time right. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Check 50, check 50. Check 3, check 3.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Watson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You know about the golden field position? They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
The 16-yard line.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Williams to throw on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. Good. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, check my 50. Mike is a 50. Check my 50. Yeah.
Operating from the gun, Williams. letting one go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Williams throwing again on 2nd and 10. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Williams eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Wide receiver.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
And this is 3rd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here, Breida. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
An option run here for Watson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 11-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Watson, flush to his right. This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They're going option play on third down. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Nwosu. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
At their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's taken down inside the 30. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Off the play fake. Williams. His pass caught at the 4. And the Niners are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
5-yard line.
Williams now looking to throw on 2nd down. And he holds it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now.
Makes the score Seahawks 27, 49ers 7. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Room here to run. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 31-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Breida. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Breida, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off of play action, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Off play action. Watson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Rolling to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22, the 40, 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they scored a touchdown.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. No gain on the play there, second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On third down, a run from Breida. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Fourth down.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
On first down, here's Breida. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Taken down at the
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
2nd and 2.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They run again with Breida. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
Third down.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line line of scrimmage. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and run the option. Going quickly out to the right side. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now Williams throwing on first down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Williams to throw again. Williams loses the football. So the victory here for Seattle. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Seahawks, it's just their second win here in 11 tries.